Pirates return to Williams Arena at Minchie's Coliseum in November. Be part of the action-packed atmosphere as your CIT champion men's basketball team takes to the court. You'll be on your feet and cheering as Conference USA Coach of the Year Heather Macy leads the women's team back to postseason play. Get all 31 home men's and women's games for as low as $100. For tickets, call 252-737-4500 or visit ECUPirates.com.
When you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. No matter where you go in Eastern Carolina, there's sure to be an attractive and always clean Trade Wilco Hess station nearby. For the absolute lowest prices on gas, groceries, and travel necessities, stop at any of the Trade Wilco Hess stations throughout Eastern Carolina. Keep your eyes on the road, but remember to look for the green and white Hess sign. The best part? No one supports the ECU Pirates more. So when you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco.
Accidents can cause serious injuries and create many problems in your everyday life. At the law firm of Hardy & Hardy, we work to protect your rights and help solve your problems.
Attorneys Wayne and Charles Hardy help injured clients understand their rights and work diligently to obtain compensation for their damages and losses. Sharp negotiators, experienced litigators, compassionate attorneys.
If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, count on Hardy & Hardy.
Protecting the rights of the seriously injured.
This Christmas season, Suddenlink and Piggly Wiggly are teaming up with the Salvation Army to help local families in need, now at record levels. I'm Jeff Charles, urging you to support the Salvation Army's annual Eastern North Carolina Food Drive. With your help, we can bridge the gap between hunger and hope. Simply place your canned goods and non-perishable food items in a collection box at participating locations. Join us in making a difference. The Salvation Army, doing the most good.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right. Carolina Vision Care, we keep what's important in sight.
Cable 7 and 103.7 WTIB present Talk of the Town with Henry Hinton. News, sports, and community information, and everything that's going on around town. Now, with Talk of the Town, here's your host, Henry Hinton.
All right, welcome in. It's Talk of the Town second hour. Good to have you here. Thursday morning, November the 21st. And we're inching ever closer to the bigger football game day in Raleigh. McGee, very excited about that.
Yep. Looking forward to
Trent
it.
McGee here at the sports desk this morning.
It's a big game, Hen.
And McGee will be live tomorrow night at the Oyster Bar down in Washington on the waterfront. It's not just an oyster bar.
Steaks.
It's a really good spot if you haven't eaten it on the waterfront. That's where we'll be doing the pregame tomorrow night. We're doing a Friday night pregame this week since the game's so early on Saturday.
Martini bar?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What I love about on the waterfront is the outdoor seating right on the river.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
You know, I've said for years that Washington, North Carolina just has so many beautiful vistas and waterfront views and things like that. Boy, if somebody ever could put a good restaurant down there, and finally Billy Dunn has done it with On the Waterfront. So come down tomorrow night. We'll be down there from 6 to 8. And our pregame show will be talking East Carolina football, having some oysters. I don't do oysters, but I will eat the heck out of some shrimp. And I think my wife likes oysters. Do you like oysters, Heather King?
I like them. I didn't try them until I moved here.
Really?
Actually, my first
No
date with my
oysters in
husband
Missouri?
no, second date. No, we never had. In the Midwest, it's not a big thing.
Is
And
that
I
right?
wasn't that adventurous. The only reason I tried oysters, true story, is because I didn't want to look like a wimp in front of the guy who was taking me on a second date, who is now my husband, and so I tried oysters.
Boy, your husband is a romantic man. On his second date, he took you to eat oysters?
We went to Sunnyside.
And you married him?
I did. We actually went to the gun and knife show first.
Nice.
Because neither of us had ever been. And so we always joke
Who
about
did you marry?
Duck
One of the Duck Dynasty guys?
No, but now we laugh because Duck Dynasty is so huge. And at that gun and knife show, they have duck calls that sit out. And so we were like, what's that noise that we hear? So that's how naive we were about, hunting and things like that. And so we go over there and we see this guy and he's literally test driving every duck call, like slobbering all over it and putting it back down. We're just like, are you serious? Like, why would you ever test drive that when that dude just went through them all?
Well,
That's funny.
it cost a little more with his DNA on it.
I guess so.
Well, see, now, if On the Waterfront had been open back then,
we could have gone there.
Yeah,
we could have.
So McGee will be there tomorrow night, and then, of course, East Carolina, NC State on Saturday. I'm a little worried about the weather. We don't need any equalizer. You know how they say rain is the great equalizer in football? We don't need any equalizers in this game.
No, we don't.
I was talking to actually a friend of mine from NC State got me tickets. I'm really on the fence about whether I want to sit there or not. They're going to probably be really good seats, but I'm going to be sitting with all these NC State fans, and I really don't want to do that.
Well, I will be too.
Really?
So, yep. So,
well, here's the thing, though. It's hard enough to be in that stadium, but have to sit with a bunch of State fans. I don't know if I'm really that into that, to be honest with you. But
are they hospitable, or are they hostile?
You think they're going to be hospitable to me? I'm going to be wearing purple.
Well, you never know. Sometimes fans are more gracious than others.
About as hospitable as those Duke fans were when I walked into Cameron on Monday night.
Yeah,
Tuesday night, wearing my purple sweater.
Did you get any smack for that?
Of course.
Anybody talk? They did? Yeah.
Of course. This guy, it's funny. I was sitting at Cameron, and, having lived up there for all those years, I'd forgotten what it was like to go into Duke and go into Cameron Indoor Stadium. And this guy with his son came and sat right next to me. And he was trying to teach his kid how to do. He was explaining to his kid how, how the Duke students when the Duke players shooting the free throw, they put their hands in the air, and when the ball goes through the hoop, they go whoosh. And it's the dumbest, nerdiest thing I've ever seen. It's just typical of what happens in Cameron Indoor Stadium. And he was teaching this beautiful little 10-year-old kid. His son was sitting right next to me, and he was the sweetest little kid. And the kid kept putting his hand on my leg and asking me questions. He was a neat little kid. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? He was a really neat kid. I enjoyed. And so, but his dad was trying to teach him how to be a camera nerd. And I was thinking, why are you abusing that child? But finally, the guy, the father, who was probably, I don't know, early 30s, he was a nice young bioscientist.
Yeah.
or whatever he is.
Whatever they produce there.
He finally leaned over to me. He says, "Excuse me, where is Eastern Carolina?"
Really?
And I looked at him dead in the eye, and I squinted my eyes, and I said, "I beg your pardon." Did you just ask me where Eastern Carolina is?
Oh boy.
Yeah. The team we're playing tonight. Where are they from? Where is Eastern Carolina? And I said, "Are you referring to my alma mater, East Carolina University?"
Dude, Google it.
I'm sorry, East Carolina. Well, where is that? And I wanted to say, did you just move here from Palo Alto?
I mean, I used to give people the benefit of the doubt when they would say stuff like that, but now, come on. Come
no,
on.
I really don't think that he knew. Look, he's probably never been outside of the lab.
Maybe not. Maybe not. That's an embarrassment. You cannot turn to a person sporting the colors of a team and say, "Where is your team from?" I mean, that's so rude. Just grab your phone, Google it.
I think he didn't know.
I'm sure he did.
Now, if you had asked him the theory of relativity, he could have told you that.
Wouldn't that have been very compelling?
But he can't tell you. He doesn't know where Greenville is, but he knows the theory of relativity.
Greenville, South Carolina?
Yeah, so I explained. I said, it's between here and the coast.
It's east.
You don't need to know.
Please don't come.
You'll never go there, and we're happy that you won't.
Oh, man. That is hilarious.
So it won't be like that on Saturday, though. It'll be more like, you want some chitlins? I'm sorry, State fans. I just can't help myself. I'll get a lot of ugly emails over that.
Yeah, they're going to get, yep. I like chitlins.
Yeah.
I'll take them.
Somebody sent me a Moo You email the other day. I'm trying to remember what it was. Pretty funny. I was going to use it, but I forgot what it was. All right, let's see. 14 after 8. Today, if you're having a birthday on the 21st of November, you're having it with Harold Ramis. Remember Harold Ramis from Ghostbusters?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He's 69 today. Famous actor, director. You know the movie that he directed that is still the all-time greatest movie in the history of movies, and Harold Ramis was the director? Come on, you don't know? Caddyshack.
Oh, how about that? That's a fabulous piece of trivia.
I knew that.
Goldie Hawn is 68 today.
Wow.
I saw her, my daughter and my sister and my wife and I saw her in a restaurant in California, just out in Santa Monica.
Okay.
We went to dinner at the Ivy down in Santa Monica with our friend John Beard, the former NBC News person, and Goldie Hawn was sitting in the window having dinner, probably waiting for Kirk, although Kirk never showed. But the minute he walked in, Goldie waved and went, "Oh, hi, John."
Oh, how
and I was
funny.
like, "Dude, you know Goldie Hawn?" He knows everybody.
That's awesome.
Nicolette Sheridan. By the way, would you think Goldie Hawn was 68? She's come a long way from the Laugh-In.
Yeah.
What was she? She was the go-go girl on Laugh-In. That's how she became famous. Michael Strahan today, McGee.
I'm going to say he's got to be 40.
42.
Nice.
Michael Strahan, who was one of the Fox TV pregame guys and now the co-host of Live with Kelly and Michael.
I love them together.
Has that show done okay with him on it?
I haven't seen the numbers. I love it. I mean, I think they just are great together, personally. I mean,
I don't watch it anymore. You know, when I was on vacation, I would always look forward to watching it because I loved Regis Philbin.
Yeah.
I loved Regis, but I've never been a Kelly.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I love her. I mean,
no.
she's.
I know she's got family here in town, and I apologize.
I think she's.
I like him on the Fox Sports Sunday football.
Yeah, I like Michael Strahan. I just didn't know if he would play on that show.
I think it's going well.
By the way, Nicolette Sheridan from Desperate Housewives, I forgot to say, she's 50.
Oh.
And remember the song that was the big hit last year, Call Me Maybe?
Oh, yeah. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Carly Rae Jepsen is 28, so there you go.
Oh, I would have thought she was younger than
All
that.
right, 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to be talking about something interesting this hour. The cost of food, of course, is a concern to everybody, and here we are at the Thanksgiving time, and people are paying more and more for food. Now, my wife found some good turkey deals. Are you going to cook?
We got our turkey.
Are you going to cook a turkey?
We are.
Yeah.
We bought ours last weekend.
Did you get a deal?
Yeah, 47 cents a pound, I think.
I think my wife got that deal.
Yeah.
And she came home and said, "But I had to buy this, and I had to buy that, and I had to buy that." Did you have to buy like extra other stuff? Is that what the grocery stores are doing now?
I don't know if we did. I checked my receipt to make sure. I mean, if we did, I was unaware, and we somehow magically fulfilled the 47 cent because it was on our receipt as 47 cents.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I heard that there's some.
But she came home and she had all these things like that she would never buy, like Jimmy Dean croissants and stuff like that, which I was happy to see. But
I like those, no doubt.
Win.
But I was like,
I love Jimmy Dean.
She brought all that stuff in. I said, "Why did you get that?" Well, you had to buy these to get the 47 cents a pound turkey.
Okay.
How about that?
But the cost of food is a big deal these days. And there is a group that says that food costs have gone through the roof because of the, and stick with me on this, it's called the Renewable Fuel Standard. Now, I'm just learning about this, and we're going to have a gentleman on in a few minutes to kind of explain why the cost of food is so high and what he wants to do about it. They're saying that ethanol, and corn ethanol in particular, has dramatically raised food prices. And now I've heard this, but I don't really understand it. I want to learn more about it. And so we've got a gentleman coming on here in a few minutes that's going to explain why food costs are so high and what they're trying to do about it. So we'll check that out. in just a couple of minutes. David just emailed me and said, on the waterfront, get the turtle cheesecake. Yum.
Awesome.
And he says they got live music on Saturday night, and the Oyster Bar is really usually good. Well, the live entertainment on Friday night, David, will be McGee.
That's it.
Doing the pregame show.
I'll even dance to the show at the same time.
And by the way, Steve Logan is going to be on. You've already taped that interview, but you got Coach Logan.
Yeah.
What is? By the way, give us a little tease. What does he think about Saturday?
Well, we talk about the comments so often heard about this game meaning more to ECU than it does to NC State, and he's very blunt with his answer with that question.
That's a shock.
We talk about. We actually do talk about the actual storyline on the field for this game, and the struggles, the quarterback shuffling with NC State, how they struggle with that, and whether or not Shane Carden and company can continue to put up the numbers they've put up, because Coach Logan says they'll be facing a much stiffer defense than what they've seen over the past 4 weeks.
All right, so that's coming up. We'll hear that interview on Friday night. All right, we got to quickly get a break, and then Heather's got news headlines for us. More talk of the town here for Thursday morning, 21st day of November. Be right back. I'm sorry, Heather.
The Pirates return to Williams Arena at Minges Coliseum in November. Be part of the action-packed atmosphere as your CIT champion men's basketball team takes to the court. You'll be on your feet and cheering as Conference USA Coach of the Year Heather Macy leads the women's team back to postseason play. Get all 31 home men's and women's games for as low as $100. For tickets, call 252-737-4500 or visit ECUPirates.com.
When you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. No matter where you go in Eastern Carolina, there's sure to be an attractive and always clean Trade Wilco Hess station nearby. For the absolute lowest prices on gas, groceries, and travel necessities, stop at any of the Trade Wilco Hess stations throughout Eastern Carolina. Keep your eyes on the road, but remember to look for the green and white Hess sign. The best part? No one supports the ECU Pirates more. So when you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco.
Accidents can cause serious injuries and create many problems in your everyday life. At the law firm of Hardy & Hardy, we work to protect your rights and help solve your problems.
Attorneys Wayne and Charles Hardy help injured clients understand their rights and work diligently to obtain compensation for their damages and losses. Sharp negotiators, experienced litigators, compassionate attorneys.
If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, count on Hardy & Hardy.
Protecting the rights of the seriously injured.
This Christmas season, Suddenlink and Piggly Wiggly are teaming up with the Salvation Army to help local families in need, now at record levels. I'm Jeff Charles, urging you to support the Salvation Army's annual Eastern North Carolina Food Drive. With your help, we can bridge the gap between hunger and hope. Simply place your canned goods and non-perishable food items in a collection box at participating locations. Join us in making a difference. The Salvation Army, doing the most good.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right. Carolina Vision Care, we keep what's important inside.
Now, 23 after 8, time for news, brought to you this hour by Bailey's Fine Jewelry. Let's go to the news desk now, and Heather King from WITN. Good morning, Heather.
Hi, good morning, Henry. Thanks so much. It is now 8:23, 45 degrees outside. Troopers in Craven County are investigating a fatal crash involving a car and a pedestrian. The Highway Patrol says they were called to the intersection of Highway 70 and East Fisher Avenue around 10 p.m. Wednesday. That's south of New Bern, between Carolina Colors and Havelock on 70. Officials say the pedestrian was killed. That person's name has not been released released yet. There's also no word on any charges or injuries in this case. We'll keep you posted on WITN.com. A 3-month investigation called Operation Grinder turned up several busts at convenience and tobacco stores in Greenville Wednesday. State and local law enforcement served search warrants at 11 shops in Greenville. One of the items targeted, just one, is diluent drinks. Police say they're used to cheat drug tests, but often sold as vitamin supplements. We're also told that confiscated items included counterfeit money, drugs, and a handgun. There were 12 arrests for felony and misdemeanor charges. Interesting story here. A federal appeals court is rejecting a North Carolina widow's lawsuit blaming the Coast Guard for failing to save her husband's life, saying the agency does not have an obligation to launch life-saving rescues. The 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Richmond, Virginia ruled Wednesday that North Carolina residents Susan and Roger Turner suffered an accident in 2007, not Coast Guard negligence. Judges said federal law authorizes but does not oblige the Coast Guard to launch rescue efforts. The court said Susan and Roger Turner toppled off their 20-foot motorboat in bad weather after a friend's July 4th holiday party. Neither had a life jacket on. They were reported overdue after midnight, but the Coast Guard did not launch a search boat until about 8 hours later. Marines and sailors who have spent the last 7 months abroad are returning home just in time for Thanksgiving. Troops with the Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron 167 have been in Afghanistan providing close air support and medical evacuations, among other tasks. The nearly 170 Marines and sailors stationed at New River Air Station in Jacksonville just made it home this morning. Well, one local man is looking to score some pretty big savings on electronics. He is already camping out for Black Friday deals at the Best Buy. Robert Prine of Richland set up his tent outside the Best Buy in Jacksonville at 3 o'clock yesterday. He says he wants to make sure he gets an Xbox One, which hits the store shelves tonight at midnight. But after that, he says he'll camp out until Black Friday for a 65-inch Samsung TV, which he says he'll save more than $1,000 on. The deals, he says, are not the only reason he's living off the sidewalk. He says the experience is what makes the low prices worth the wait. Prine says the longest he's ever camped out for Black Friday was 48 hours in advance. He also says he's mad that he was not the first person in the U.S. to camp out. People at a Best Buy in Akron, Ohio got there first. That's your update. Henry?
Well, you got to have goals, I guess.
You got to have a dream.
By the way, Scott Shook sent me back the text that I was talking about. This is, with all the controversy of the logo on the field at NC State and the question about whether it will be there. By the way, the chancellor at NC State himself guaranteed me it will not be there on Saturday.
What's the logo?
The logo will not be there Saturday. The chancellor told me, he said, you can believe it will not be there, which I think is a good thing. But with regard to NC State trying to copy East Carolina,
yes,
which they did with the first down Pirates and all that, Scott Shook has a new cheer. It says, hey, 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 moo you. You look like ECU. Hey, hey, hey. I should do that with my bullhorn. I'm carrying my bullhorn into the game on Saturday.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
Hey, 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 moo you. Our guys from Thunder Country are going to be in the Jacksonville Christmas Parade.
Nice.
Are you going to be in the parade?
I will not be there.
We're
but
sending down my bullhorn.
WITN will be there. It'll be on 7.2 on WITN and on WITN.com.
Joel, get off the babysitter. Remember that line from Risky Business? I'm sorry.
Never gets old.
McGee, I got to McGee a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm making Heather late for Thunder Country. Speaking of that, you can go tell Rayford over there. I have his bullhorn, but he's got to, when he's going down the street in Jacksonville on Saturday, he's got to say, Joel, get off the babysitter.
I'll deliver that message.
Please, someone come and get this bullhorn from him now.
You want me to take it over there?
Yes. Yes.
Here is McGee with weather. What you got?
Cloudy skies for today, a high of 64 degrees. Cloudy this evening, becoming partly cloudy after midnight with a low of 48 degrees. Cloudy skies for your Friday with a high of 72. And the partly cloudy skies will continue to be around the area on Friday night with a low of 55 degrees. And for Saturday, showers possible. But should be okay by game time if you are going to Raleigh on Saturday. Highs in the low 60s and lows in the upper 20s.
All right, you need to vamp a little bit because I was supposed to do a commercial here, but I can't find it. I'm telling you, I'm throwing this computer away. Wait a minute, I may have found it. Hang on. Here it is. Hey, listen up, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, listen up, guys. Listen up, guys. you can afford a diamond from Bailey's Fine Jewelry. If your budget's $2,000, $1,500, or even less than $1,000, Bailey's has beautiful, high-quality, certified diamond engagement rings to fit your budget. You can get a gorgeous 1-carat diamond for less than $4,000. There's no such thing as a dumb question at Bailey's. Ask them anything. They want you to be comfortable. So, guys, when you go shopping for your diamond, remember, you can afford a diamond from Bailey's Fine Jewelry, located in Greenville, 511 Red Banks Road, also in Raleigh, Rocky Mountain, Fayetteville. Remember, every woman wants a Bailey box this Christmas. You betcha. 29 after 8. Let's get a break in. When we come back, why are your food costs so high this Thanksgiving? Even that turkey and all that. Is it because of corn ethanol? There's one group that thinks that it is, and they're trying to do something about it. We're going to talk about that right after this. Be right back.
Accidents can cause serious injuries and create many problems in your everyday life. At the law firm of Hardy & Hardy, we work to protect your rights and help solve your problems.
Attorneys Wayne and Charles Hardy help injured clients understand their rights and work diligently to obtain compensation for their damages and losses. Sharp negotiators, experienced litigators, compassionate attorneys.
If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, count on Hardy & Hardy.
Protecting the rights of the seriously injured.
Unlock the best life has to offer for generations to come. Introducing the Legacy membership exclusively at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. As a Legacy member, you'll not only enjoy all the benefits of an active, family-friendly lifestyle, your children and grandchildren will enjoy membership status as well. Belonging to Ironwood is remarkable. Sharing it with your entire family is even better. Become a Legacy member today, only at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. Golf at its finest, life at its fullest.
Summer may be over, but vacation time starts now. Greenville Toyota is going to give you a payment vacation. Make no payments until 2014 on any new Toyota. Pick the new Toyota you want and don't make a payment until next year. Like the all-new 2014 Corolla, in stock and available now. Only $148 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with cover maintenance for life with the Greenville Toyota Advantage. Give Greenville Toyota just 15 minutes to lower your current car payment and then take a payment vacation with no payments till 2014.
The Pirates return to Williams Arena at Minges Coliseum in November. Be part of the action-packed atmosphere as your CIT champion men's basketball team takes to the court. You'll be on your feet and cheering as Conference USA Coach of the Year Heather Macy leads the women's team back to postseason play. Get all 31 home men's and women's games for as low as $100. For tickets, call 252-737-4500 or visit ECUPirates.com.
Top Dog Academy is Eastern North Carolina's complete dog training facility. Top Dog provides an excellent environment for dogs of all ages with training services and work week daycare. Top Dog is located on Highway 43 South, just 4 miles from Bells Fork, and features a comfortable, healthy environment and a spacious facility for daycare and a brand new, beautiful facility for training. Call 752-8215 or visit TopDogOnline.com.
Come on out Highway 43 South to Top Dog Academy, where we know dogs.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
.833 going to a high of 64 degrees today and cloudy, and then the rain will hold off, we hope, until after the ECU-NC State game on Saturday. Could get some rain on Saturday, but the weather looks pretty good. 62 for game day high, so not too bad. 8:33. We've been talking this morning about why your food costs are so high. We're moving into Thanksgiving week, and there is a group that says that your fuel cost, that your food costs are so high because of corn ethanol. And we're going to find out their point of view on it right now. The president of the Institute for Energy Research, Thomas Pyle, joins us on the phone. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Now, where is your group in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, we've got our headquarters is in Washington. We have a satellite office in Houston, and we focus on energy policy both at the federal and state level.
All right, now you say that the culprit on food prices and other problems as well, putting engines at risk and things like that, is this this governmental RFS, the Renewable Fuel Standard. Now, we've heard that, but the average person doesn't deal with it every day. So tell us what the Renewable Fuel Standard is and how it's affecting our lives on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, only in Washington would they call a mandate a standard.
Yeah.
Basically what's happened is back in 2005 and then again in 2007, Congress said, thou shalt put lots and lots of ethanol in our gasoline. And the result was, in the beginning, it was fine because there was lots of gasoline, a lot more gasoline that we were using, and they were ramping up the program. And what's happened recently is, over the years, Congress got it wrong and predicted much higher volumes of gas in commerce, the average that we use in the course of a year. And but yet the law basically put it on autopilot that they would blend increasingly higher amounts. So right now we're hovering at around 10% ethanol in our gasoline.
Why is that? What was what was the stated reason for putting ethanol in gas?
The stated reason or reasons were, one, we need to get off that evil oil reliance on imports of foreign oil.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was, hey, this is better for the environment. Well, look,
that's been the big one, right? Because it hasn't proven to really eliminate much of the foreign oil dependence, has it?
No, but what has reduced the foreign oil dependence is American oil production. Yeah. We've gone way.
Yeah, we're now producing more oil in this country than we ever have, right? I mean, we're less reliant today. We finally got the finally got the memo on that and kind of got it.
Yeah, we have, and we're going gangbusters. In fact, we'll be the #1 producer here in the next 5 or 10 years. The other thing,
although gas prices continue to be kind of ridiculously high, but we'll get back to that. Let's go back to ethanol.
Yeah. So with the environment argument, what we're hearing and seeing is that actually that's not the case either. You need fertilizer to grow corn. That's a petroleum product. You need diesel to drive the truck. They call it the life cycle impact of a gallon of ethanol. We're finding out it doesn't really actually do much for the environment, because when you add all the little ifs, ands, and buts, it becomes kind of a net wash. So there's no valid, real, legitimate policy reason for this. But what's happened is you have a very entrenched special interest in the corn lobby, who basically have said, hey, this is a gravy train, and I'll be damned if I'm going to, get off of it here anytime soon. So they've really put pressure on Congress and the administration to.
All right, so let me see if I understand this. So, and again, keep in mind, we're talking to folks in eastern North Carolina here. There are a lot of people that make their living growing corn in eastern North Carolina. But are you saying that where we are today is that the corn lobbyists, the people that represent the corn farmers, are pushing this because it's good for them, but it's bad for the environment? It's not the environment, but it's bad for food prices. And in addition to that, this ethanol that's going into our car engines and truck engines and things is bad for our motors.
Yeah, I mean, at certain volumes, it's acceptable. When you start getting into 15% ethanol in gasoline, you start having an impact on engines, small engines like boats and leaf blowers and that kind of stuff. They're getting shredded by this ethanol, and the reason is because it's soluble, and so it gunks up the lines and whatnot. No one's saying you shouldn't grow corn. And by the way, even if we eliminated this mandate, we would still put ethanol in gasoline because it's a really good oxygenant. In other words, it helps with air quality issues generally in terms of and gas refiners are required to have oxygenates in their gasoline, and there really is no other, at least in the United States. And so corn ethanol won't go away. It's just what we're saying is, don't have the government in the business of predicting, how much gasoline we're going to consume as Americans and how much we ought to be required to put in our fuel. Let that be sorted out in the marketplace.
But now isn't if you say that, but without the government involved in this, we've been asking the government to drill more, to drill offshore, to drill in Alaska, to drill that. I mean, is that a little bit contradictory to say to the government, change your policy on this, but don't change but don't regulate that?
Oh golly, no! I would love if they would get off the dime and drill on federal lands. That would be wonderful, and that's another thing that we're pushing hard for. The general issue here is when the government gets involved in energy, generally speaking, they just mess it up. They get it wrong, and so we're saying get out of the energy business, let the market be involved. I'm not saying to eliminate standards, safety standards, and environmental standards. Set the standards, get out of the way, let these guys handle it. It's a hell of a lot more expensive to spill oil than it is to sell it on the market.
All right, now tell me this again, if you're just joining us, Thomas Pyle, the president of the Institute for Energy Research, on the telephone with us. How is this ethanol issue, the fact that we are growing more corn and putting it into ethanol, how is that creating higher food prices in this country? Because the corn is going into gas instead of going onto the table?
Partially. The other thing is feed. Corn is a feedstock for livestock.
Yeah.
But also, when you make decisions, when you know that you've got a guaranteed market for a product as a farmer, you're going to plant corn, right? Because hey, I know I'm going to get some bucks for that. And what happens is it sort of tweaks the rest of the market. The soybeans or the wheat and everything else. So the unintended consequences are that the supply and demand of other grains and foods go up accordingly, and that puts upward pressure on food prices. And also energy prices generally are a big input in food, and we're using a lot we're using a lot of energy to make the corn that then goes into gasoline instead of, like you said, on the table, either in the form of a nice ear corn or a steak. So yeah, I mean, it has these sort of ripple effects across the spectrum and results in those upward food prices.
Now, I know you
remember these products are global commodities, just like oil is a global commodity, and so that's the result.
Your group is working to either reform or totally work for a full repeal in Congress of this renewable fuel standard. Where does that stand? Is Congress likely to take this up this year?
Is about as likely to do something smart these days as I am, losing 50 pounds here. It's really unfortunate that it takes a total collapse, a total disaster of a program for them to even pay attention to it. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, but for example, the EPA for the first time just announced in their wisdom that they were reducing the requirement from what would have been 18 billion gallons to 15. That's an admission that the program is flawed. Mm-hmm. That gives Congress hopefully a little bit of wiggle room to do the right thing here and set us on the road to repeal.
Is the corn lobby this strong? I mean, isn't it more the environmentalists that are pushing this whole thing?
Well, ironically, more recently the environmentalists have broken away from ethanol.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. They are.
Well, doesn't that give you hope that the Democrats in Congress might actually do something about this?
There are some folks on the Democratic side, Senator Feinstein from California, and some others who have decided that they will at least talk about making changes to the program. So, yeah, I'm hopeful. But, groups like ours need to continue to sort of sound the alarm here on this thing and make sure folks know that these government fiat programs where they sit around in a room and, try and micromanage the economy, it just ends up hurting us all. And that's what my main concern is.
And last question for you, Thomas. If they totally repeal this renewable fuel standard and stop putting ethanol into our gas and change the way, of course, the way corn is used in this country, how can you be sure that food prices would come down? Your group is saying that food prices would drop at that point. Do you really believe that, and how do you know that?
I'm saying that whenever you put upward pressure on prices, you generally end up having higher prices. There are so many factors involved: inflation, the value of money. There's so many other variables involved. But in general, if you get the government out of this business of micromanaging our energy policy and our energy resources in this country, I guarantee energy prices are going to go down. And energy and labor are the two big costs in pretty much everything that we use, need, and buy and eat. So that's my bet anyway.
All right. Well, good luck with your legislation. We'll be watching it. Thank you for being on with us this morning.
You bet.
All right, Thomas Pyle, president of the Institute for Energy Research in Washington, D.C., 16 in front of 9. And we're coming back. More Talk of the Town here on Thursday morning. McGee's got sports. Are we going to hear from Logan in his sports update? We got Logan, maybe we'll have a little preview of Trent's interview with Coach Logan on Friday night, since we didn't have Coach on Monday night because of the Duke game. So we'll do that. Coach Logan back on this Monday night, by the way. It's 6 to 8, brought to you by Meineke Car Care. Saw Keith Styron from Meineke at the Duke game the other night. And a lot of East Carolina people up there.
So I heard.
We'll be back. Stay with us. It's 8:45. Be right back after this.
Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage Company will deliver a storage unit to your home or business today. Stallings Storage is the only local company providing mobile storage units, 8x15 or 8x10. Delivered to your site. If you are remodeling your home or office or need to store merchandise and inventory at your business, you need to call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage. We deliver, pick up, and store it for you. It's that easy, and there's no need to send your business out of town when your mobile storage needs can be met right here with people you know. Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage is located in Pitt County on Beast Oaks Road. It's a well-secured facility with a live-in manager. Fixed units range from 5 feet by 10 feet to 40 feet by 40 feet. We store boats, cars, anything you need. We are Pirate supporting pirates. Call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage today at 321-2300. That's 321-2300.
Don't miss the Shaw Floors You Save, We Give sale. You save up to $500 on select Shaw flooring, like carpet, hardwood, and more. We give to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to help them find cures and save children. Hurry, event ends November 18th.
Contact Jason Boyd today at Boyd's Carpet, 115C Fire Tower Road in Winterville. Call 321-7066.
The Pirates return to Williams Arena at Minges Coliseum in November. Be part of the action-packed atmosphere as your CIT champion men's basketball team takes to the court. You'll be on your feet and cheering as Conference USA Coach of the Year Heather Macy leads the women's team back to postseason play. Get all 31 home men's and women's games for as low as $100. For tickets, call 252-737-4500 or visit ECUPirates.com.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right. Carolina Vision Care, we keep what's important inside.
When you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. No matter where you go in Eastern Carolina, there's sure to be an attractive and always clean Trade Wilco Hess station nearby. For the absolute lowest prices on gas, groceries, and travel necessities, stop at any of the Trade Wilco Hess stations throughout Eastern Carolina. Keep your eyes on the road, but remember to look for the green and white Hess sign. The best part? No one supports the ECU Pirates more. So when you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco.
Talk of the Town here on 103.7 WTIB. What do you think about the this renewable fuel standard? And I know a lot of Eastern North Carolina farmers grow corn, and they've done pretty well. You know, it's been a boost to the economy in some ways because these farmers are growing more corn. And but this group we just had on here, this Institute for Energy Research, says that it's ultimately costing consumers more in food cost because all the ethanol, all the corn's going into making ethanol that's going into our gas, and people don't like that. What do you think about that? 561-8255. I've had people call me before about this, and I got some folks now that want to talk about it. Keith is on the line. Good morning, Keith. How are you?
Good morning, Henry. How you doing?
You buying this? This Thomas Powell was selling there a minute ago?
Not only buying it, he's 100% correct.
Is that right?
I'm originally from Southwest Minnesota, and I've got friends that are farmers back there, and they are literally cleaning house.
Yeah.
There are so many plants that are producing ethanol and everything around that part of the country, and all these plants would be flat broke if it was not for government subsidies. I used to live back there, and I hauled grain. And I haul grain directly to food markets. And the grain that I used to haul out of all these elevators, out of all the farms that went directly into food and directly into animal feed, is now going directly to these plants, being subsidized. It shoved the corn price up to $7+ per gallon. The bean price to over $15. Corn price to over $7 a bushel, and the bean price is over $15 a bushel.
Wow.
And
that just runs the cost of everything up, even your meat, because to feed the cattle and with this corn, I mean, it's costing the farmers that feed the cattle astronomical amounts of money to get the corn, because they'd rather put the farmers would probably rather put the corn into the gas, right, into the ethanol.
Listen, a farmer's like every other businessman. He's going to sell his product to whoever wants to pay the most amount of money for his product.
Absolutely.
We all do that. I mean that's perfectly. I'm not calling farmers greedy. What I'm saying is this: a corrupt, rotten government program, like most of them. And in this particular situation, it's especially egregious to small farmers.
You know what's really interesting about it, though, is that when it started, am I right, Keith? It was started by the environmentalists. The environmentalists wanted to say, because they said fuel emissions from gasoline were ruining the ozone layer and ruining the environment, and so they wanted us to put more ethanol in our cars. Well, what we found out is the more ethanol goes in your car, the more it's going to screw up your car engine, number one. And number two, it runs the cost of everything, including the gas, up, and certainly has run the food cost up. But now I was happy to hear Thomas Powell say that some of the real liberals in Congress, including even Dianne Feinstein, are beginning to kind of get it, that it's really not helping the environment.
Well, not only that, you talk about biofuels completely. If you take biodiesel and you let that in a fuel tank and you do not put additives in that fuel tank, it starts growing algae. It screws up your fuel delivery system. It screws up the injectors in your engine, everything. These people are just nuts. Yeah. I mean, let's put gas and diesel in these trucks like we always did, and let's forget about this stuff that's supposed to be going into food. I agree with this guy 100%. And I got a lot of farmer friends that would probably be very irritated with me right now. But hey, this is about what's best for the country as a whole, not for one group in the country. And I'm all for farmers, but if farmers want to make money, get together, block your product, and sell it for a profit. That's how you.
And look, anything that the government can do at this point to put more money in the pockets of consumers and lower food prices, maybe it'll help us pay for these health care premiums.
Henry, if you want to go for the Unaffordable Health Care Act, go ahead, but I'm not in.
Yeah, I got you. Thank you, Keith.
Take care.
Appreciate it. Good phone call there, 8:52. And 8 minutes in front of 9 o'clock. Let's do some sports. Big sports week coming up. East Carolina, NC State in Raleigh on Saturday. I can hardly control myself. I'm so excited. McGee and his crew will be live at Washington tomorrow night. Come on down to the waterfront there on the river on Stewart Parkway on the Waterfront Restaurant. 6 to 8 tomorrow night. That's where we're going to be for the pregame show tomorrow night, our Choose Pews Pirate Game Day Countdown. And speaking of the aforementioned Mr. McGee, here is McGee on Sports.
Yeah, and talking ECU and NC State tomorrow night, 6 to 8 at On the Waterfront in Washington. Had a chance to speak with the one coach here at ECU who had the recipe for beating NC State, certainly better than anyone else, and that was Steve Logan. And here's a snippet of that interview that we'll play back Friday night when I asked Coach Logan to comment on the meaning of the implications of this game for ECU.
As long as NC State tries to duck and dodge and downplay the significance of the game, it'll always play into East Carolina's favor. And the East Carolina kids and the fan base, they're going to be open and admit that it's a big game to them no matter what. And that whole scenario that I'm painting would be my comment about the whole game.
So more of that interview to come tomorrow night with the Choose Fuse Pirate Game Day Countdown with head coach Steve Logan, who went 3-1 during his 11 seasons here in Greenville against the Wolfpack.
Did he really?
He sure did.
I remember that game in '99. It was the first time we ever had 50,000 people in Dowdy-Ficklen. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They had to bring in bleachers for the end zones before the end zones. I believe it was David Garrard's sophomore year, maybe junior year.
Would have been sophomore.
Maybe no, it wasn't '99. It was like 2001. 2001. That
was Coach Logan's last.
No, his last year was 2002, wasn't it? Well, maybe it was 2000 then. It was 2000. Anyway, that game here, and East Carolina just, Logan's team just beat Mike O'Kane's team to death that day.
Yeah.
I hope we see a repeat of that on Saturday.
It would be nice. Tonight, number 18, UCF welcomes Rutgers in a pivotal game there in the AAC. Now, the family of the woman who identified FSU quarterback Jameis Winston as the man who sexually battered her criticized the Tallahassee Police Department Wednesday, saying a detective warned against proceeding with the case because Tallahassee is, quote, a big football town, and she would be, quote, raked over the coals. Now, Winston's DNA was found in the underwear of the woman accusing Winston of sexual assault. That does not mean that he's guilty, but it does
TMI.
prove that he was with her the night she claims
McGee,
she was
that's way
sexually
too
assaulted.
much information.
I just had the report read. I'm just gotta read it that way. So a lot more on that story for Jameis Winston to deal with there.
It's way too much information.
Well,
All right, our sports update brought to you by Stadium Sports, your new Costa Sunglasses authorized dealer. What a great gift idea. Costa Sunglasses. And, of course, Stadium Sports is jam-packed with a great selection of new Costas just in time for the holiday season. Stop by Stadium Sports today or tomorrow. Get you something to wear. It's going to be cool in Carter Finley on Saturday. And wear something purple and proud and strut around the tailgate fields over there at NC State on Saturday. And wear your Stadium Sports purple with pride. And they've got a lot of cold weather gear right now. Go by and get you something new at Stadium Sports, 1400G, Charles Boulevard in Greenville. And I got to thank Eric Jarman at Stadium Sports. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to be announcing Daryl Harrison. This was Daryl's idea. Daryl Harrison, our local Xerox authorized dealer, is teaming up with the station. We are going to be doing a huge promotion for Operation Santa Claus, and coming up in 2 weeks, I believe, from tomorrow on the 13th of December, it might be 3 weeks, we're going to be asking you to come to our on-location broadcast and bring an unwrapped toy, but we're also going to start a coat drive for kids who do not have coats for the winter, and it's all part of our Operation Santa Claus deal, and Stadium Sports is going to participate in that as well. We'll announce all that tomorrow. Everybody have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow.
Many people in eastern North Carolina suffer from diabetes. The question is, can the disease be managed before it causes harm? Are there lifestyle changes that can help prevent it in the first place? And can a health system really make a difference? At Vidant Health, we're empowering people with tools and resources to detect and manage chronic disease. Can diabetes education and management help members of your family lead healthier lives? The answer is definitely yes.
Summer may be over, but vacation time starts now. Greenville Toyota is going to give you a payment vacation. Make no payments until 2014 on any new Toyota. Pick the new Toyota you want and don't make a payment until next year. Like the all-new 2014 Corolla, in stock and available now. Only $148 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with cover maintenance for life with the Greenville Toyota Advantage. Give Greenville Toyota just 15 minutes to lower your current car payment and then take a payment vacation with no payments till 2014.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage Company will deliver a storage unit to your home or business today. Stallings Storage is the only local company providing mobile storage units, 8x15 or 8x10. delivered to your site. If you are remodeling your home or office or need to store merchandise and inventory at your business, you need to call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage. We deliver, pick up, and store it for you. It's that easy, and there's no need to send your business out of town when your mobile storage needs can be met right here with people you know. Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage is located in Pitt County on Beast Oaks Road. It's a well-secured facility with a live-in manager. Fixed units range from 5 feet by 10 feet to 40 feet by 40 feet. We store boats, cars, anything you need. We are pirate supporting pirates. Call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage today at 321-2300. That's 321-2300.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on